There's a story I keep circling back to. Not just mine, but one I've seen in many others. Two people trying to build a life together while still healing the pieces of themselves that were shaped long before they met. A couple standing at the edge of a big decision, financial, emotional, soulful. You've probably seen it too. Two people, each carrying their past like invisible luggage, trying to merge their lives, their values, their fears, and their trust into something unified. One might feel calm, trusting the process, even trusting the unknown. The other might be flooded with scenarios, trying to account for every possible ripple. One seems to say, "It'll work out," while the other can't stop scanning for where the cracks might form. And maybe both are right. See, there's something powerful that happens when you ask a question not from fear, but from trust. One of those questions that stops everything inside of you for a moment and aligns the pieces that were pulling in opposite directions. A question like, if I made this choice from trust, not fear, what would that look like? That question changed everything for me. And not just me. It's a question that could land in the heart of anyone who has ever stood at the crossroads, not knowing which path is secure, because none of them are. Because no path is. Well, not really. And maybe that's the point. We all carry these inner voices shaped by trauma, shaped by survival, shaped by the DNA of those who came before us. Some of us come from lineages where betrayal was common, where people left, where love was conditional, where the rug could be pulled out from under you in an instant. And if you grew up in that kind of story, trusting another person feels like handing over your parachute mid-jump. You want to trust, but the body remembers. And yet, we're being asked now to trust at a deeper level than ever before. To trust the soul we built through all the storms. To trust the balance inside ourselves, that if things collapse again, if a person leaves, if the foundation shakes, we won't shatter like we did the first time. Because we're not that person anymore. See, many of us live with an old protective narrative running in the background, inherited or created by necessity. That if we don't worry, things will fall apart. That if we aren't hypervigilant, we'll end up blindsided again. That if we don't carry the burden for two people, no one will. But maybe there's another way. Maybe the real invitation isn't to shut down those fearful parts or pretend we're not scared. Maybe it's to acknowledge them, integrate them, and still choose to trust. To trust the process. To trust the soul that brought us to this point. To trust that even if we fall, it won't be the same fall we feared. There's a difference between being naive and being wise enough to surrender. One is rooted in avoidance, the other in grace. And for some of us, especially the ones who feel more awake, in certain moments it can feel like we're flying a little too close to the sun. That if we get too spiritual, too open, too vulnerable, we'll burn the wings we've worked so hard to build. And at the same time, if we stay too low, too practical, too guarded, we'll never catch the wind of what life really wants to give us. There's a metaphor I've come to love, of standing like a scale, holding the weight of both trust and caution. One hand open to possibility, the other aware of history. And it's in that balance, not the extremes, that we find our center. This isn't about perfection or certainty or knowing how every chapter ends. It's about standing in this moment and saying, I've been through enough to know that no matter what happens, I'll be okay. Better than okay. I'll be whole. Even if the house sells or doesn't, even if the job comes or goes, even if the partner stays or doesn't. Because the real journey is about remembering who we are when everything else falls away. It's about seeing that trust isn't a blind leap. It's a deep alignment with your own soul. It's saying, even if I don't have control over every outcome, I trust the version of me that will rise to meet it. It's trusting that your past didn't break you. It trained you. It's trusting that whatever pain taught you, it didn't take away your power. It uncovered it. And maybe it's trusting that you're not here to carry the weight of the world anymore. You're here to live, to breathe, to speak, to love, and to choose. You're here to be the author of your own life, not with a pen gripped in fear, but with a hand open to the mystery. You're not just the protector anymore. You're the whole system now. You're the one who integrates. You're the one who balances. You're the one who trusts. I trust, therefore, I am.